started grading the teacher. It was a normal 7th grade class, and the teacher was exhausting. She talked too fast, she never explained anything, and her lessons were always boring. So before colonization, the Native Americans were showing signs of societal systems, and you see, it was really interesting because if colonization never happened, well, this one kid, one day decided to leave her a note. And it wasn't rude, it was a sticky note that he put on her desk. It said, "You talk really fast, it's hard to keep up. And you skipped the lab yesterday. We were actually excited for that." He didn't sign it, and the next day, class feels different. She slows down, she starts with a story about her night. Guys, you won't believe it. Last night, I was feeding my cat, and then later, I thought the cat food was tuna, and I ate some. And at the end of class, she says this. Also, class, if you ever have any thoughts about how I teach or suggestions, feel free to leave a note right here. You don't gotta sign it or anything. It's actually very helpful. And now notes are showing up every day. Please stop calling on the same 3 people. That video was actually kinda helpful. Can we do more labs or just something hands-on? She reads every single one, she adjusts, and class starts to feel human. Weeks later, a kid leaves this note. "This is my favorite class now. Thank you." And she taped that note onto the whiteboard. Now that's a lovely story. This teacher is insane for this. This class had just finished reading Lord of the Flies in English, and the teacher? She was passionate, maybe too passionate. So after they had finished reading this Lord of the Flies, the next day she tells them this. "Class, we are going into the woods tomorrow. Bring a backpack full of things. We're gonna live like the boys on the island." So next day they come with backpacks full of stuff and they head to the woods. No rules, no roles, just chaos. She hands them bandanas and points to the woods behind the school. "All right, go." One teacher and 20 students, and these weren't just regular kids. Somebody brought a pillowcase full of flour and was whacking people with it. Another kid filled a spray bottle with perfume and was spraying in another kid's eyes, trying to blind them. Take that. Soon there was turf wars, alliances, groups getting ambushed. Kids were using mud as war paint. They were getting feral. And the teacher was just standing there at the edge of the woods watching this go down like it's some sort of social experiment. Yes. 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 And it went way too far. Kids were getting bloody noses, one person was throwing up profusely, I don't know why, and the teacher didn't get in trouble for this, not even like a warning or anything. The principal didn't even know about any of this until a parent called a couple days later, but he still did nothing. And the crazy part is, the next year, this teacher did the same exact thing. Honestly, that sounds kind of fun. They plotted this for weeks. For about 2 weeks, this small group of students would take the lunchroom food and shove it in their backpacks to save for later. You know, mashed potatoes, hot dogs, milk cartons, pizza, chicken tenders, you know. They would bring it home and put it in the fridge. They're stockpiling cafeteria food. Then, one night, they broke into the school. They snuck into the principal's office, and one by one, they swapped everything out on her desk. But they were swapping her stuff out with the cafeteria food that they had been saving. They took her stapler and replaced it with a scoop of mashed potatoes. Her landline phone they replaced with 5 hot dogs. They filled her coffee mug with shredded chicken, and they replaced all of her pens with straws. All the leftover food they put on her desk chair. The next morning, the principal stared at this all in disbelief. "What in God's name happened in here?" And it was as easy as checking the security cameras. Those kids were caught almost immediately, but still, that's actually kind of hilarious. This kid used to be popular. "What's up, Carla?" "Hey, what up, Johnny?" "Hey, look, it's the loser, Steven. Screw you, Steven." He used to be untouchable. He would bully a bunch of people, his friends would laugh, the girls in the school loved him, and so did the teachers. But one Monday, he came back to school with a haircut. And it was bad. No, it wasn't just bad. It was horrible, like a frickin' cartoon villain. "Hey guys, how we doing today? What's up, Carla?" What? You look like Coconut Head. "What happened to you? Your haircut sucks." And like I said, it was actually bad. Like, it was uneven, there wasn't fade, it was just cut horribly. And just like that, it was over. Every day, kids would laugh at him. Even when his hair grew back and he had a normal haircut, people still made fun of him. He eventually just stopped talking in the halls, in class, to his friends. He would eat lunch alone. Kids were making jokes as he walked by. And that's how the king of the school turned into the punchline of everyone's jokes. Hey, that's karma for you. So every day during class, she made her students sit in a circle, and they had to confess something they felt guilty about. It was called the guilt circle. She said it helped build trust, but it felt more like public humiliation. Every morning, right after the bell rang, one by one, share something you regret, something you're hiding, a dark secret. And if you really couldn't think of anything, she would say, "That's fine, but you're going twice tomorrow." It would be stuff like, "I ate my sister's Halloween candy. I cheated on a vocab quiz." But after a while, that wasn't good enough for her. She wanted them to go deeper. "I spread a horrible rumor about my friend. I took money from my mom's purse." And she loved it. "Oh, why do you think you did that? Do you think she knows?" Day after day, week after week, this is how things went down. Until one day a kid stood up and said, "You know what, Mrs. Keller? You should feel guilty. You make us say this stuff in front of you and all of our classmates, and then I bet you go laugh about it in the teacher's lounge." The whole room froze. She didn't say anything. And I guess that was all it took, because the next day, the guilt circle stopped. For real though, that is super messed up and completely unacceptable. Genius level 1000. So this kid gets a job at the local movie theater. 2 tickets to the Helpful Cow, please. All right, enjoy the show. Well, day 3, he learns a pretty cool thing. "All right, staff, a reminder, you all get free popcorn." Isn't that awesome? Best job ever. So every shift, right before close, he fills a bag with free popcorn. He ties it up and he stuffs it in his backpack. Popcorn into backpack. He goes home, goes into his bedroom, and he puts that popcorn into an even bigger bag of popcorn. It's a massive trash bag he keeps in his closet. He does this for days. His closet turns into a popcorn storage unit, and he's trying to keep the popcorn as fresh as possible. Then what he does is he takes his popcorn to school, and he sells it. Like, for example, one night during a basketball game, the school is selling tiny popcorn bags for $4 each. He comes in, $2, fresh movie theater quality popcorn, $2. He goes behind the bleachers and a line forms. People are ditching the real concession stand to buy popcorn off of him. He upgrades his business too. Employees get 50% off of all candy. So one day he buys a bunch, tosses it in his backpack, and sells it at school for full price. "I hear you have candy." "Yep, Twix, Reese's, Butterfinger, what do you want?" He's basically running concessions every day at school. And by the end of the year, he made more money selling popcorn and candy than the theater paid him to work there. And that is genius. You gotta respect the hustle. At this one school, phones were banned in every classroom. Strictest policy anybody's ever seen. No loopholes. If you get caught, your phone is being taken. So one kid, he builds a business.
"I'm gonna build a business."
He buys a bunch of nice binders, ones with compartments, folders, sleeves, and he customizes every single one. These binders would have sections. Section 1, crossword puzzles. Section 2, original comic strips drawn by kids in the art program that he paid. Section 3, an area for doodles. Each binder also came with a bonus packet. Fun gel pens, highlighters, sometimes a fidget toy. And he calls these boredom binders. At first, people told him this was a goofy, dumb idea. But then one kid bought one and absolutely loved it.
"Yo, it's actually lit. There's riddles, comics in there. I found this awesome pen.
I'm gonna have to get one." By the end of that week, everybody wants one, and business is absolutely booming. And here's the awesome part. He didn't just sell the binders. He offered weekly refills for a small price. He would load in new crosswords, new comics, new riddles.
Enjoy. And hey, for $2, give me the binder back and I'll refill it with new stuff."
He made over $300 in the first 2 weeks. And the cool part is, teachers didn't even shut it down. They liked it because it actually kept kids quiet, focused, and somehow it made them perform better on tests. And it was the only school business that nobody complained. And honestly, you gotta respect the hustle. The wrong grandkid. Every few months, she would get an envelope in the mail. Oh, sweet. It was Grandma's handwriting. Inside of it, a crisp $20 bill. And a note that said, "For gas. I don't even drive, Mom." Grandma's old, sweetie, let's not question it. Money's money. Years go by and the letters keep coming. Always the same message. For gas. Then one summer, the entire family's over for a barbecue. Well, her cousin pulls up. New car, loud music bumping. He's about 5 years older than she is. "What's up, family?" Grandma hugs him. She's laughing. "Oh, I see that gas money's going to good use." The cousin goes, "Gas money? Yeah, I've been mailing it to you for years." Well, this girl overheard that. "Grandma, you've been mailing me that." "Oh, my fault." What had happened was the grandma had written down this address years ago. It was the wrong address. It was the address of Ashley Johnson.